Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today I want to talk about Dinesh D'Souza's movie, Vindicating Trump, and talk about American politics. All right, so I want to talk about one thing I thought was done extremely well in Dinesh D'Souza's movie. So this is another video where nothing I'm going to talk about is anything I disliked. There were things I disliked in this movie. This is everything I liked, and there's a few things. So one, Dinesh D'Souza is genuinely an ally to Trump. And you're like, oh, he likes Trump, whatever, right? Well, it's not whatever. He genuinely likes him, right? And I think he would genuinely support him. And why is that a big deal? You like your own side? Well, guess what, man? This is how it went down, in my humble opinion, right? George Clooney, right? Like 3 months ago, was like, "Hey, Biden, thanks for coming to my fundraiser. We got some pepperoni pizza over here, and I'm going to hand you a $30 million check at the end of the evening because all my Hollywood buddies are here. And you're going to win us this election, buddy. Buddy, 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 buddy." Right? And then Biden went, popcorn, apple, brick. And George Clooney was like, "What? Did you just mumble a bunch of incoherent words?" And then George Clooney walked away from Biden being like, "Oh crap, I don't know if he's lucid," right? And then the debate happened, and and Biden comes out and is like, "We defeated Medicare." And everybody's like, "Oh my gosh, he cannot speak coherent sentences. He cannot listen to a sentence and then reply to it." Even Pod Save America was like, "Oh my gosh, that was bad. You cannot tell me my eyes did not see what I just saw," right? Like, even Pod Save America couldn't spin it, right? And then, you know what happened? George went over right over. In my humble opinion, this is what happened. George Clooney called up Nancy Pelosi, and he's like, "Let's X them." And they went, done. 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 I think George Clooney and Nancy Pelosi were like, "Yep, we're ending it." And they called it, and they completely abandoned him. Whereas, like, Dinesh D'Souza, real ally, real stand-up guy. He's going to be there when it goes down hard, right? John Wick 4, one of the best movies ever made, right? John Wick's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, man. I'm showing up here at the worst time. Everybody in the world's chasing me. I'm sorry to ask this of you as a friend." And the guy, his compatriots like, this is what being a real friend is about. When you're there when the hard times hit, right? And I think Dinesh D'Souza would be there when the hard times hit. Whereas I don't think a single person standing in Kamala Harris's corner would not support her if she's not winning. They won't even be there to cry with her when she gets defeated, right? They'll be at the bar already, a bar they did not tell her the name of, right? That's real. So I think Dinesh D'Souza is a real ally to Trump. The next thing is he made a really good. Dinesh D'Souza said Donald Trump is a larger than life figure. That is accurate language. He truly is larger than life. And then he said, "You know what? The only president that Trump can be compared to is Lincoln, Abraham Lincoln, because his times were incredibly difficult, and he took America to a place that nobody expected he could take it." And Abraham Lincoln allowed us to defeat the South and end slavery, right? And Donald Trump allowed America to put into practice the Republican playbook, cut taxes, cut regulation, and it was a chicken in every pot. I had 3 cars in the driveway, and all of them were staying there, right? Now, inflation is through the roof. People talk about buying cars the way we talk about buying houses. And if you put a car in your driveway, what confidence do you have it's going to be there in the morning? There you go. Like, that's a different world, right? And then when you wake up and your car's gone, right? And buying a new one is going to be 50 to 100% more, and that's for a used car, because you can't even think about buying a new car. Well, and then you go back in the house and you're like, "Oh, what am I going to do?" And you pick up the newspaper and it's like, whole world's on fire. Half the countries in the world are going to war because they know we have a dem dove president who ain't going to do a single thing with the American military that could end all these wars in a weekend. Right, so that's where we're at, right? So I really, so I think Trump gave us financial freedom, right? And that, it's significant. And I think Dinesh D'Souza did an excellent job of painting a picture of Trump as the second Lincoln. And there was even this one they I don't think they did this with AI. I think they just used computer generated imagery, but it transitioned Lincoln's face into Trump's face. And it was powerful. It was like, yeah, okay. Like, it was kind of an exclamation point on his point, but it was extremely well done. I was very impressed. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.